Why would one of the world's most powerful governments turn its sights on monks and monasteries in the remote mountains of Tibet? The answer lies in politics, power, and the struggle for control in the 1950s. For centuries, Tibet had been a land where religion and politics were inseparable. Monasteries weren't just places of worship, they were schools, libraries, landowners, and even centers of political power. The Dalai Lama and the Buddhist clergy held enormous influence over Tibetan life. But in 1949, everything changed. China's new communist government, led by Mao Zedong, sought to bring Tibet firmly under its control. Beijing claimed Tibet had always been part of China, while Tibetans insisted they were independent. Tensions mounted. By 1950, Chinese troops marched into eastern Tibet. At first, Beijing promised to respect local traditions, including Buddhism. The 17-point Agreement of 1951 was supposed to guarantee Tibet's autonomy and protect its monasteries. But communist ideology saw religion very differently. To Mao and his party, Buddhism represented feudalism, superstition, and resistance to modernization. Monasteries were not just spiritual centers, but also political rivals. By the mid-1950s, China's control of Tibet tightened. Officials began restricting the influence of monasteries. They limited the number of monks, seized lands traditionally owned by monasteries, and promoted communist schools over monastic education. In places like Kham and Amdo, eastern Tibetan regions, resistance erupted. Local monks and villagers took up arms, forming guerrilla groups to fight Chinese troops. The monasteries often became centers of rebellion, providing shelter and spiritual support to fighters. Beijing's response was swift and brutal. Monasteries were raided, monks arrested, and priceless religious texts destroyed. The stage was set for one of the darkest chapters in Tibet's modern history. But this was only the beginning. In Part 2, we'll uncover how the conflict exploded into full-scale revolt, why monasteries became primary targets, and how Tibet's spiritual heart was changed forever.